You've got to be there, doc. You've got to spend some time moving through your office, visualizing what's happening in every single room. Welcome to AMC. I'm Dr. Greg Miller. Today we're going to talk about the morning walkthrough, visualization, and speaking it out. Before we get started with that, though, I just want to make a statement to you that I remember using all the time in practice. How a day starts is how a day goes. I'm sure you've all had situations where something went sideways as you're getting ready for work in the morning. Kids get up late for work. All of a sudden, one of the kids is sick and somebody's got to, stay home and take care of them. Whatever the scenario might be, those are things that can set the course for the day. Let me explain, other than the obvious, why that's important. Everything we do in the office, whether we're preparing for our day, whether we're in the midst of our day, or whether we're closing down for the day, has to be about the patient's experience. If we want our patients to like what we're doing in the office and to respect and value what we're doing, we have to make sure they are first and foremost. So I would make that statement again. How a day starts is how a day goes, and it's incredibly important. And it has to start with your prep time in the morning. It has to start with your self-talk into the mirror, with your quiet time, and just setting the course for your day. Now those aren't the topics of this video. What we're talking about this morning is absolutely the morning walkthrough. So let's talk about that. As you arrive to your office in the morning, the first thing is you have to be there at least a half an hour, if not an hour, before there's any other breathing soul in that building. Now, I realize that that's a commitment, but again, I remind you that commitment is for the patient, not for you. You've got to be there, doc. You've got to spend some time moving through your office, visualizing what's happening in every single room. When you're in that waiting room, that reception area, you need to be visualizing new patients mingling with current patients and folks talking about success and seeing success and hearing success that's happening in your office. It's important. Then as you move into the area where your staff is in that reception area, just imagining, visualizing, we'll use that word, phone calls, new patients calling to schedule, control of the schedule, cluster booking effectively, a smile on everyone's face. This, let me just say this, I'm not talking about rubbing crystals together, okay? This isn't new age stuff. This is just simply you visualizing a day going the way, or what I would call a perfect day, or a day going the way that it needs to, so that you are successful, so that you're able to bring to your patients that which they expect from a professional in a chiropractic office. So, and then you just moved. You move down the hallway, you move into the consultation room, and just visualize having a conversation with a patient where they begin to understand that your care isn't about pain; it's about a lifetime of chiropractic care. Because you start that in a consultation and then move into your exam area, move into where the x-rays are taken and revealing potentially what's wrong with the patient, and then take a course in your office that is where a regular patient who's under your care would go into the treatment room, and how that conversation might go with them, so that it isn't about you or your family or questions about you. It is about the patient, the condition that they have, the results that they're getting, what that adjustment that you just delivered for them does, what it means for them, and teaching them how to share their story and go out into the community and be boots on the ground for you in your office as it grows. So visualization and that morning walkthrough, they work very much together, and they're an incredibly important part of how you start your day. And really, you need to be there, like I said, at least a half an hour, if not an hour before, so that as you're walking through, you're straightening up, tidying, cleaning, and just taking care of your office, because it certainly deserves that from you. And then I guess as I was giving those examples, we were certainly talking about speaking it out too. When I think of speaking it out, I think of a time back in the day, early on in my time with Aligned and AMC. I was sitting in a class and I got a whistle given to me. And I thought, this is really weird. I mean, there was a lot of other stuff in that bag, and that class was called the goodie bag. And that was a gift from Dr. Owen. And that whistle was meant to allow us to be the referee of our lives. And so as we talk about speaking it out, we're speaking out the positive things that we want to have happen, and we're taking back control of our lives. So imagine, if you would, a day where patients have canceled and your schedule doesn't look like it did when you started the day. You've got, let's say, staff issues. Maybe somebody didn't show up for work, they were sick or whatever, and issues at home, maybe sick kids like we talked about at the beginning. And you're just done. You are at the end. That's what the whistle is for. Take that whistle, go get one, okay? They're not expensive, and just blow the whistle. In a basketball game, when the whistle is blown, the guy with the black and white striped shirt, whatever he says is what goes. You are the referee of your life. You take control of how your future goes and how your day goes in your office. And that's somewhat what I'm talking about when I say speaking it out. After that happened, it happens. It absolutely happens. The next thing out of my mouth was always, who's next? Who's my next patient? How do I push the reset button and get care happening in here the way that it's supposed to? I certainly hope that all of this, as quickly as this has gone by, absolutely makes an impact for you. That morning walkthrough and what you preface that with, the visualization of seeing success in your practice, seeing patients get tremendous care and get great results and sharing their story, and then just speaking that out are powerful tools for you to set the day for how a day starts being how a day goes. Thanks for joining us today. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified when we post new content. Check the description for more ways to get our content. If you'd like more information about AMC and how it might help your practice, reach out to us at www.amcfamily.com. Have a great day.